This is a press conference related to national education policy, the progress of national education policy, which was implemented on 29th July 2020. So after 3 years of implementation, how this policy had worked in a country like India. So we are interested with the duty to disseminate the information of progress of National Education Policy 2020 to you. You are all educators. So myself, Manoj M, Principal in charge of Kendriya Vidyalaya Namsai, and Meena sir is the Principal of JNV Mahadevpur Namsai. So I invite all of you, all the administrators, principals, and education department representatives for this press conference. So, as all of you know, we had the country India had implemented national education policy 3 years back. So, today we would like to discuss the progress or the developments or achievements of national education policy. After 3 years, what all achievements we had achieved as a nation, as an education hub, what all achievements we had achieved through National Education Policy 2020. So, first of all, I would like to list out some salient features of National Education Policy 2020. First one, ensuring universal access at all levels of school education. Secondly, the inclusive education. Then attaining foundational literacy and numeracy, FLN. Then reforms in school curricula and pedagogy. Then focus on early childhood care and education, conceptual understanding, proficiency in languages and communication skills, inclusion of essential subjects and skills. These are the as far as a school education system is concerned. These are the salient features of National Education Policy 2020. Before the implementation of this policy, a lot of drawbacks were there, a lot of shortcomings were there, so which cannot be take forward for the overall or the holistic development of any child in this digital era. So, in order to overcome this shortfall or the drawback, a very good research team had worked behind this national education policy. Even they had framed a curriculum framework. After that, implementing this policy on July 29, 2020. So, NEP implementation was done all over the country, but still some part of the country are not even being educated about what are the main objectives or what they have to do for complete implementation or the complete effectiveness of this policy. Or it's an organization which is always looking forward for the implementation and holistic development of the society. We had already implemented the policies. The salient features which were already stipulated in the policies were already implemented by the KVS. I would like to give a short brief on the achievements of KVS, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangadan, on this behalf. First one is the realignment of admission age. As all of you know that actually we had Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangadan had changed the minimum age criteria from 5 years to 6 years for the admission to class 1. This is as per the National Education Policy 2020. So Kendriya Vidyalaya National Education Policy had given the instruction, or in that policy it is stipulated that we have to change the admission age from 5 years to 6 years. So Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangadan had followed that, and from last year onwards, 2022-23 admission onwards, we are admitting children, those who are over 6 years of age as on 31st March of every year. And the second one is Nibun Bharat initiatives. Nibun means National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy. Actually, Nibun Bharat initiative was Nibun Bharat mission is a mission which is mainly based on foundational literacy and numeracy. The main aim of foundational literacy and numeracy is that by class of 3, all the students, all the children should be proficient enough to handle literacy and numeracy. So they have to achieve the lakshyas. In our terms, actually, in NEP terms, it is known as lakshyas. Lakshyas means learning outcomes. In KVs, actually is monitoring these lakshyas, whether the child is attaining the lakshyas or not through a web-based application known as PIMS. all the achievements of all the students are being recorded in PAMS regularly. Regularly, it is getting updated all over the country. All the students who are in class 1 and 2 are being monitored with this FLN or PAMS web portal. So, foundational literacy and numeracy can be considered as one of the basics of this national education policy. We had conducted one workshop also 1 month back. The most of you means the most of the teachers from your schools were also present in that workshop. The main focus was on FLN, foundational literacy and numeracy. Means the fundamental basics of literacy and numeracy. Numeracy like addition, subtraction should be actually proficient for the children when they are passing from class 3. And the other one is introduction of Balavadika. Balavadika means before class 1, the national education policy is actually giving instruction that 3 years Balavadika should be there. Balavadika 1, 2, 3, starting from the age of 3. From age 3 Balavadika 1, from age 4 Balavadika 2, and from age 5 Balavadika 3. And from age 6 class 1 will start. Before coming to class 1, the children should go through 3 years of Balavadika, which was mainly based on fun-based, play-based curriculum. So KV had already started that. Nearly, I think 500 KVs will be starting Balavadika this year. Already started, the admissions were over. Our school actually, we don't have a facility because we are running in temporary building. So we were not allotted with Balavadika. In Tinsukia region, only 14 KVs were allotted with Balavadika. They had already started the admission process. Then Vidya Pravesh. Vidya Pravesh is one of the most efficient as well as highlighted program or the achievement of NEP. Vidya Pravesh means when a child is coming to class 1, when he or she is getting admitted in class 1, he or she will be undergone 3 months normal school readiness program, because they will not be taught the syllabus which is there in textbooks or which is there in the curriculum. So they will be actually undergone through different process. That is prepared to go for the school. So 3 months we will be giving another kind of training, another kind of curriculum, or we will prepare them how to face the syllabus, how to go to school, how to learn, and all these things. KVs are also following. We are also following that. So those children who were admitted in class 1 this year, we are actually making them prepared for the school readiness program. Then national curriculum framework for foundational stages. Actually, last year means 2022 October, a national curriculum framework for foundational stages were introduced. That is from class age 3 to 8. And from 2023 February onwards, we are following this curriculum, NCF-FS. Introduction of skill subjects. Apart from normal subjects or a normal curriculum, which were already formulated in the previous education policies, now the government is introducing skill subjects also. Actually, CBSE had made it compulsory for all the schools to implement skill subjects. We are also planning to start a skill subject, introduce skill subject from this year onwards. So a lot of skill subjects are given in the websites. We can follow any of the skill subjects from 6 to 8, and from 9 and 10 another set of subjects are there. We have to make them proficient in any one of the skill subjects, just like a carpentry, pottery will be there, artificial intelligence, satellite making. Lot of subjects are there. That is one of the achievements of a national education policy, as well as KVS also had implemented. Many of the schools had implemented. They had appointed teachers on contractual basis or part-time basis for taking skill subjects. Then parent as a stakeholder. Always KVS was in a view that without the cooperation of the parents, without the support of the parents, we cannot achieve anything. So regular PTMs, parent teacher association is there, as well as regular PTMs were conducted to monitor as well as to collect suggestions from the parents for the smooth running of the school, as well as the smooth running of the society also. Because if we are including parents and the parents are also in touch with the teachers or the school, means the school will move smoothly, as well as we can run everything smoothly. Then pedagogical shift and training to teachers. As the national education policy is implemented, a very big shift has happened in the pedagogy, because as all of you know that the previous policies were actually stressing on teach and study. You are teaching and the children are studying. Now the pedagogy is changed, fully changed to learning. Children are learning through practical or experiential learning. As part of that, toy-based learning introduced, art integrated learning was introduced, experiential learning was introduced. So KBS is also following all these things, because we have also introduced toy-based learning. Through this, children are learning, not studying. Studying and learning is entirely different. So, in order to cope up with this kind of pedagogy, all the teachers were given continuous training. You might have heard about Nishta. Some of you might have heard about Nishta trainings and secondary and senior secondary teachers. So that was over. So in that, all these pedagogical shift were included, and the teachers were trained to cope up with that change. Vidyanjali portal. So just like I had already told, parents' involvement is there. Like that, Vidyanjali portal is there. But Vidyanjali portal means actually a community outreach or a volunteership should be there. So just like the KVS, where good facilities are there and the nearby schools are not having that facilities, we can share our resources. We can share our resources to other schools, just like a, library. If a KV is having very good library, and if KV is having very good computer lab, we can share that with a nearby government school where these facilities are not there. And a lot of things are there, like a career counseling and support for the teachers, workshops, outreach programs, extension programs were there. So in this concept also, KVS had done a very good job by including in the write-up. It is already given the number of beneficiary, region wise it is given. You can go through that. Then coming to PM E-Vidya. PM E-Vidya, actually, this is a digital platform. It's a digital concept. You might have heard about the Diksha portal. All the students of KVS are registered with this Diksha portal, as well as the teachers are also registered with this Diksha portal. This Diksha portal contains crores of materials, especially study materials, 6,000 above textbooks. Lot of e-contents are there. So even at the time of Corona or the COVID-19 pandemic, children of KVS didn't find any difficulty in assessing the materials or the contents of their syllabuses. So this one can be continuously followed, because you know the digital era is on. On means it will not go back to the normal print era. So the contents are very helpful for the students as well as the teachers. Those teaching materials, study materials, everything you can avail from the Diksha portal, and all of these are free of cost. Anybody who those who are a teacher can register in Diksha portal and access all these information. And always KVS try to provide good education. Education system in KVS is always better than any other system. Some difficulties were there, like some schools are running on temporary buildings, so facilities, infrastructures will not be there. But within 2 or 3 years, new buildings will be constructed. All the labs, libraries, resource rooms, materials, smart classes, all these things are actually built, and these infrastructures will be given. So, by this, coming to the implementation or the achievements of Kendriya Vidyalaya and Namsai. So, first one is, I had already told the realignment of age. We had already realigned the age from 5 years to 6 years. Minimum age was changed last year. And second one is Vidya Pravesh. Vidya Pravesh was very effectively and fruitfully implemented in our school. And appointment of special educator. When I was reading about this salient features of NEP, you can see the second point, inclusive education. This inclusive education is actually we have to include all children in a same class, just like we will be having special children. So before, what was there for special children? Special schools were there, or they cannot be included in the classroom. So now the National Education Policy 2020 is stressing that all the children, those who are having special needs, should also be included in the classrooms, normal classroom. That is inclusive education. So that can be achieved only through the help of a special educator. As of now, we don't have any special child here, but still we had appointed a full-time special educator here from this session onwards. And not only the special children, the children which we find normal are having lot of problems, lot of deficiencies, like learning deficiencies are there. So some students may have a learning deficiency, they may be weak. Some students will be bright, but bright students can be made into brighter students. That is the main purpose of special educators. If we are giving some support, bright students can be the brightest student in the school. So they may also have some deficiencies. In order to give this full inclusive outreach, we had appointed a special educator. Then toy-based pedagogical approach I had already discussed. We are following that toy-based as well as play-based. So we are giving equal importance to syllabus curriculum as well as co-curricular activities. So a lot of activities are going on in school level as well as regional level, national level also. Last year, one child went to Bangalore, our school. So we are based on this toy-based pedagogical approach also. Then bagless days and fun day. Bagless days means for secondary students also some days we had given as bagless days. Actually, on those days, children will come without bags. Bags means they will come without books. They will come, they will be given some tasks, they will make some crafts, art. The full day they will enjoy and go back. And fun day is there. All the Saturdays are fun day for primary students. So fun days are also bagless days. They will come with their tiffin and water bottle only. No bags will be included. So bagless days and fun days were also implemented in our school. Then play-based curriculum and co-curricular activities I had already discussed. Then continuous teacher training. Apart from the training which we are getting from the government level or the KVS level, we are actually giving another kind of trainings also, workshops also, and we are planning to conduct offline workshops to the teachers of nearby schools also, because that was the demand from the last workshop. It was a feedback we got from the teachers of these private schools. They were demanding offline workshops because that workshop we had conducted on FLN was very useful. Very useful means some teachers had pointed out that what all things they knew from this workshop, new things they knew. So we are actually planning, we are on discussion for conducting some workshops in offline. Then introduction of skill subjects. This year actually we are going to introduce one skill subject. After the discussion and approval from the authority, we will introduce that subject also. Parent participation and involvement. Almost all the parents are in close touch with the teachers as well as the school authority for each and everything. Whatever problems we were facing, actually parents were very cooperative and supportive for tackling them. So these are the achievements or the implementation of 2000 NEP 2020 in our Vidyalaya. So any clarification or any questions? Yeah. So, okay.
Back on day and the Sunday.
Yes.
But they told, sir, how can it be possible without books? They asked the question.
So actually, that means the concept of national education policy, even after 3 years, was not conveyed or not getting implemented into all the schools. That is the thing. We can actually guide you, we can support you. We are having separate timetable for fun days. Fun day is not like that. We are actually bringing all the children without bag. Means we had divided into 8 periods. Were divided into different activities. There's music and dance, art and craft, indoor games, outdoor games, yoga and sports. Different subjects are there. So all the teachers or the primary teachers actually they are taking classes in this way. They are not bringing back. That means they are bringing only their tiffin and water bottle. Okay, that doesn't mean that the normal subjects were not taught. That doesn't mean that they are fully free. They are given with other works, means other activities. The fun days they are enjoying the most. A child who is not willing to come from Monday to Friday will definitely come on Saturday. This is on primary. Fun day is actually on primary classes only, 1 to 5, and bagless days actually we are giving for secondary students also. That is not a continuous thing. So we will fix a bagless day, and we will actually develop a system for those days. In that system, we will actually divide the classes into different activities. This class will do this activity or these activities, like one or two activities. Art and craft will give, and the other classes will be doing some other thing, just like W work experience, electronics, and all these things they will do. And some class will give gardening, kitchen garden is also there. Plantation is also we are continuously doing. So these things can be included. Any school, this can be included. This is actually governed by the National Education Policy 2020. In your school also, for any help you can approach KV, no issue. We can share the timetable also. We can share the subjects also. Yes, ma'am. Last time workshop, really what happened, actually we didn't get enough time, as well as our main focus was on private schools, because I know that no private schools were given this kind of training like a Nishta or any other thing, FLN trainings. So we had included, but in coming workshops, we'll plan and we'll include government schools also. Government schools should also be there, especially primary schools. So we'll make it in an offline mode, so that because the workshop was very effective. Our last workshop was effective, and our resource person was actually he's a national coordinator for FLN. But the problem was it was online, so all the teachers couldn't get it in a full-fledged manner. Offline is always better, but we have to get the permission from our authority. After that, we'll plan. As all the teachers of KVS are trained in that. We are trained continuously, we are trained in FLN, continuously we are trained with a Nishta. So conducting a workshop is always like that. We can disseminate the information what we have got. Fun days for primary only, ma'am. Bagless days are for secondary also. That is not a continuous process. One day we will fix and we will call the student and we will tell the student that tomorrow or day after tomorrow will be a bagless day, and some activities or some programs will be given.